His recent bout with Mario Barrios ended in a draw. Fans and analysts alike were buzzing about his remarkable performance. Despite not getting the win, many believe the legendary Filipino icon deserved to have his hand raised. Even his former opponent, Dennis Yugas, the man who retired Pacquiao 4 years ago, couldn't hide his admiration. Speaking candidly, Yugas expressed his amazement, saying, "How is it possible that 4 years later he faces a guy 16 years younger and still puts on a show? Pacquiao is incredible. No doubt, he's one of the greatest in history." Although Mario Barrios managed to hold on to his welterweight title, the real winner in the hearts of fans was Pacquiao. His resilience, timing, and sheer willpower at the age of 45 sparked a renewed sense of respect from the boxing community. But more than that, it reignited old conversations that many thought had been put to rest. Specifically, the long-discussed and long-delayed rematch between Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. Their first meeting in 2015 was one of the most hyped and financially successful events in boxing history, though many fans felt it failed to live up to expectations in the ring. Since then, Mayweather retired professionally in 2017, while Pacquiao continued to fight top contenders until his supposed farewell. But now, with Pacquiao proving he still has gas in the tank, he's sending a clear message to his old rival: sign the contract. Adding to the growing buzz, rising star Kermel Moton, an undefeated lightweight who turned pro in 2023, recently shared his thoughts on the potential rematch. In a video posted on Instagram by pro boxing fans with the teasing caption, "Pacquiao vs. Mayweather 2", Moton spoke openly about Pacquiao's recent performance and the rumors swirling around another fight with Mayweather. The 19-year-old, currently sporting a flawless 8-0 record, gave an honest assessment. "I don't think Floyd wants a rematch, although Manny does. It was a great fight. I think we should leave it at that." Still, he admitted that if it were up to him, he'd love to see both legends go at it one more time. "That's the fight I really want to see," he said, echoing the feelings of countless fans around the world. And while Moton is close to Mayweather's camp, his comments offered rare insight into what might actually be going on behind closed doors. The emotional pull of seeing two all-time greats meet again in the ring is undeniably strong, and Pacquiao's recent showing only adds to the nostalgia. But opinions remain divided, especially considering Mayweather's shift toward exhibition bouts rather than serious competition. However, for those who watched Pacquiao defy age and expectations against Barrios, there's a sense that the story isn't finished. The hunger is still there in his eyes, and the crowd still roars when he steps through the ropes. And if Mayweather is ever tempted to return to serious combat, this might be the one fight that... Another big name has joined the chorus of praise, Teofimo Lopez. In a recent interview with Fight Hype, Lopez couldn't help but applaud what Pacquiao continues to do, especially at a time when most athletes his age have long since retired. "What Manny Pacquiao is doing at this age is different," Lopez said. "He's upbeat, full of energy, motivated, and determined. I'd love to see him raise his hands again and become world champion once more." Lopez's words weren't just lip service. They reflected a genuine appreciation from a younger generation of fighters who grew up watching Pacquiao tear through divisions with speed, power, and heart. But when the final verdict of Pacquiao vs. Barrios was announced as a draw, Lopez, like many fans, felt robbed. The decision didn't sit well with him, and he made that clear. It wasn't just about scoring or politics. It was about what Pacquiao had done in that ring. He'd faced a younger, fresher opponent and matched him blow for blow. To some, that deserved more than just respect. It deserved a win. And that feeling, that fire of injustice, is what's fueling the growing momentum behind another possible megafight. Whether it's against Mayweather or another champion, one thing is certain: Manny Pacquiao isn't finished yet. He's not just chasing legacy anymore. He's actively shaping it, even in his 40s. For many, the idea of Pacquiao vs. Mayweather is like a of a tactical chess match, with Mayweather outpointing Pacquiao in a cautious, defensive performance. Fans were left feeling underwhelmed, especially since the fight had been years in the making. Some blamed Pacquiao's injured shoulder, which he revealed after the bout, while others believed Mayweather's style simply neutralized the Filipino icon's explosive offense. Still, the pay-per-view numbers broke records, and the global interest proved that the story between these two warriors was far from ordinary. Now, a decade later, with time adding a mythical quality to their rivalry, many wonder, What would happen if they did it again? The potential rematch isn't just about redemption or settling unfinished business. It's about legacy. For Pacquiao, it would be a chance to rewrite history, to prove that even in his mid-40s, he could still rise above the odds and beat the one man who many believe eluded him at his peak. For Mayweather, it could be a test of pride, to show that even in retirement, his ring IQ and style remain untouchable. But there's also the financial allure. The first bout generated over $600 million in revenue, making it the highest-grossing boxing match of all time. If the rematch were marketed correctly, with the right storyline, timing, and emotional hooks, it could once again capture the world's attention, especially with the nostalgia factor driving speculation. Mayweather has remained mostly silent. Known for carefully choosing his moves, Floyd has leaned heavily into exhibition bouts over the past few years, traveling the globe and participating in non-competitive matchups that don't affect his professional record. These events have kept him in the public eye without the risk that comes with fighting elite competition. Pacquiao, on the other hand, has taken a very different route. Even after announcing his retirement in 2021 to focus on his political career, he never truly walked away from the sport. His performance against Mario Barrios was more than just a nostalgic appearance. It was a real fight against a reigning champion, and Pacquiao gave every ounce of himself in that ring. Behind the scenes, insiders suggest that conversations about a rematch are real, even if they're still in the early stages. Promoters, networks, and advisors know what a second fight between these two legends could mean, not just for the fighters themselves, but for boxing as a whole. In a sport often plagued by promotional politics, delays, and missed opportunities, a Pacquiao-Mayweather rematch could be the kind of event that cuts through all the noise. It would be more than just another bout. It would be a cultural moment, a clash of eras, a global spectacle with massive historical weight.